I know I just posted a video about how good this car is. I love the Tesla, you know. I miss my Camry.
Shout out to the War on Beauty. She gave me the idea to talk about cars in a different way. She's a non-car enthusiast and she was looking at newer vehicles, and she realized that old vehicles look a lot better.
Enter 2 days of car shopping that felt like entering a hell realm. The cars were not only so unattractive and uninspiring and unexciting, because as we know, cars have been also a huge victim of the war on beauty. Most cars these days are just on a gray scale. They're all copy and paste, same body styles, but it was so exorbitantly expensive.
I also want to welcome new subscribers. If you saw my response to her and you subscribe to my channel, I wanted to get out today and just talk about how much better older vehicles look.
This car sucks. If you went on TikTok talking about, oh my god, I love my Tesla, it's the best car ever, you're a liar.
One of you mentioned having a 370Z. This one's a manual transmission and I believe it's $15,000. My next vehicle is going to be a 06 to 2011 Honda Civic Si. This one missed it by 1 year. I was almost tempted to get a 2012 and newer, but they only rev up to 7,000 RPM.
A Civic Si, would that be something you're interested in?
One owner, modular motor, Mustang GT, manual transmission. They're asking a little too much for it. $10,000. You could find these for about $5,000, and yes, buy one of these for $5,000, but for $10,000 I would get the 05 to 09, the retro modern one. Just looks better. I think the retro modern Mustang is the nicest looking Mustang ever made, but this one's just nostalgic now. SN95 New Edge. A bunch of you mentioned that you have one of these in the comment section of my first analog resistance video. Lexus SC 400.
So yeah, anyone want to buy a Tesla, please? Please buy this Tesla off me. Like literally, I hate this car.
This is a nice lineup right here. I just said the 05 to 09 Mustang is the nicest looking one ever made. It's basically trying to copy this one. So maybe this is the nicest one ever made. Impala SS. Not sure if this one has the NA 3800 Series 2 engine or the supercharged one, but if it has a supercharged one, this is a cool car. We will never see big coupes like this ever again. I'm not gonna get too close because I don't want to bother this guy right here. Go back, buddy. Any price? I believe it was supercharged by O2. Just some really nice cars on this lot. My best friend wants one of these, and there it is right there. In my opinion, the nicest looking Mustang ever made. 05 to 09. And this was a GT 500, 500 horsepower. This one's gonna be a manual transmission. They were all manual transmission. Yep. Hey Kurt, look what I found. Ford Probe, and it looks pretty clean. Let me know in the comment section, is there a car that you used to have that you miss? Are you wanting to get back into old cars?
Who convinced me that a Tesla is better than a freaking Camry? Woo, because you're wrong.
This is also a good lineup right here. Good thumbnail. 57 Chevy. And I believe these started going down in price about 10-20 years ago because everyone bought the old muscle cars, so then they started picking these up. And I think that's what's going to happen with cars like this Monte Carlo SS. I hope I didn't say Impala SS earlier, but cars like this Monte Carlo SS or that 04 GT Mustang, they're eventually going to get picked up because all the popular cars are gonna get snatched up.
It's still a fast car, but it's a little bit more within our budget.
It's the Honda though. My friend just got an M5 with the same circumstance.
I understand we want to be cool with the gang and all of that, but we have to work with what we have. No credit history and little to no money down is going to be hard to get you into an 83 grand.
2003 Jaguar S-Type R. This is the last car I added to my collection. I know it's an old European car and it's really risky, but it cost $5,000, so I had to take the risk. This thing just looks really good, and it's 400 horsepower. Honda 600. I love old micro cars from the 60s and 70s. I really want one of these, or an original Fiat 500, or original Mini Cooper. The original Fiat 500 makes like 18 horsepower. I wonder how much this makes. Retro modern FJ Cruiser. We'll talk about retro modern later. The War on Beauty talks about how ugly new cars are and how it's all copy and paste. Pretty much started with Teslas. This is an older one, but if you look at the modern Teslas, they all have that single light bar in the front and then that light bar in the back. Everyone's copying that now. I see that on Hyundais and Porsches now.
But it's so bad. Like, I don't understand. Like, who genuinely likes their Tesla? What?
So far in 2026, Jaguar has sold 6 cars in their own country, the UK. That's how far Jaguar has fallen. They're trying to go all EV now. Another reason I bought this car, just looks really good. Retro modern era from the early 2000s. It's looking like this car right here. That's what it's a tribute to. The Leaper is just awesome. This is why I could never go EV. This is just music to me. The year 2000, the start of the new millennium. You figure car manufacturers would go futuristic. A lot went retro modern. This is a 02 to 05 Ford Thunderbird. This is an 05. So Ford tried to make the Thunderbird look like the old one. That's today's topic, how old cars are just nicer. So this is a nice looking car. It's based on the old Thunderbird. I tried to buy this car. I offered this dealer $7,000 cash. They want $12,000 for it, and they won't budge, even though this has been sitting for 500 days. At the time I made the offer, it's been sitting 600 days now. So when the market adjusts, and these are 5 to 7 grand, I'll buy one. If you look hard enough or travel far enough, you could find these for 5 to 7 grand. I'll just wait until they're that price everywhere. I believe it was the Beetle that started the retro modern era. They got a head start, I believe 1998. The PT Cruiser, when that came out, really popular vehicle, then people just lost interest out of nowhere. But around the corner I saw a PT Cruiser, nice paint, it was red, 50,000 miles, $5,000, and it sold right away. So I think $5,000 is a sweet spot right now for old cars. He's trying to show off. So yeah, if old cars are around 5 grand, they'll sell right away. We'll talk about cash for clunkers more later. 89 Jeep Cherokee. This is listed at 8 grand. Inline 6. And here's the irony. If you remember the Cash for Clunkers program, real quick, what was Cash for Clunkers? I believe it was 08. So in 2008, if you traded in your old gas guzzler, your clunker, you'll get $4,500 trade-in credit, but you had to get a car that got 25 miles per gallon. That was the offer. So trade this in for a vehicle in 08, 09 that got 25 miles per gallon. They'll give you $4,500 for this. Back in 08, 09, these were selling for $1,000, maybe $3,000. If you got lucky, you had a mint one. Now it's $8,000. The GMT800s or 400s, they were a victim to Cash for Clunkers. Not these, not the GMT800s. They were too new at the time, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if these got scrapped too. This is $6,000. You see these everywhere still. So what did they do with the vehicles that were traded in for the cash and clunkers rebate. They crushed them. Yeah, they didn't resell them. They didn't list them for sale at the dealer, put them on the lot. They just crushed them, destroyed them. So that really hurt the supply of vehicles like this, unfortunately. And that's why vehicles like this sell for like 8 grand now, because there's a lot less supply. Hummer H1, the most American vehicle ever when I win the lottery. This is for my van friends. No leaf springs, probably a Quigley. I think I'm an addict when it comes to cars and vans and this hobby. IS300 wagon, $15,000. Are these really worth that much money now, or is this just overpriced because it's a wagon? When I'm on Instagram Reels, I see in the comment section a lot of people say they crashed theirs. This dealer had a 1999 Toyota Camry manual transmission for $4,000, sold right away. That's an excellent choice.
Who convinced me that a Tesla is better than a freaking Camry?
Here's the thing about EVs. You get into an accident, even if it appears to be minor, most of the time they're scrapping the vehicle. You just buy another one. It's like a phone. If it's outdated, the battery's dead, just buy another one. It's just cheaper to get a new one. So these are just disposable cars. Like a phone, like an iPad. Impala, it should have the 3.6 V6 in it. And then there's a Monte Carlo right there. Same front end. I love that. I love it when it's just the same car, but this one's the 4-door and the Impala's the 2-door right there. And we talked about this earlier. You're never gonna see a car like this ever again. A big 2-door coupe. Should have the 3800 Series 2 engine in it. If it was the SS, it'll be the supercharged engine. And then 1 year they didn't put the supercharged engine in the SS, and I've seen this Sidekick sitting here forever. Someone saved this Suzuki. Is it not for sale? And then this thing's looking rough. This dealer has some rough looking vehicles. Manual transmission.
And the salesperson said, hey, this is one of our great new features in this car. It has a camera sensor that is going to read your face and decide if it's safe for you to put this car into autopilot or cruise control. It was something like that, which immediately set off red flags and alarm bells in my mind.
The next video where I talk about old vehicles being better, I'm going to talk about my Ford Econoline more. I talked about it in the context of reliability. Next time, I'm talking about the freedom. This doesn't spy on me. I'm not limited by EV range. I could go where I want, and I'm not in debt. It's not a rolling prison of debt and spyware and EV range.
Fairly easy. We just increased our range to 98 miles after waiting around for 45 minutes. But the real question, how much did it cost? I am actually in shock right now. We just sat here for 41 minutes. It cost me $19.80, and we added an additional 64 miles for $20. It is more expensive to charge an EV, plus we had to sit here for 41 minutes. It's a scam.
A car is really, again, such a critical, not only symbol, but actual vehicle of our freedom. It allows you to move, but also to flee.
It only took 5 minutes filling up, and now I have 500 miles of range. I don't have to sit at a charging station.
I'm at 89 now, and I've been here for almost 15, 16 minutes. Thank God my car's gonna be ready to 100% in 40 fucking minutes. Not only that, $18.45 it's costing me. I could have went to a gas station, ate gas station food in their bathroom, came back, listened to a whole album, and still got to where I had to go.